documented reality in which gender is positioned in social, political, economical and cultural transactions shows the fact that law is not gender-based, but sometimes it's not even gender neutral. Today, I, Akshata Singh, wants to talk about topic devolution of property of Hindu female dying instead. Back in 2005, an amendment taken place in Hindu Succession Act 1956. It brought smile to every Indian woman because it provided rights to inherit ancestral property. But was the amendment enough in the society where systemically supposed the male supremacy? When I read section 15 about Hindu Succession Act, it makes me a realization that gender neutrality will not be enough if it maintains the status quo, which is nothing but the perpetuation of discrimination of gender. Today, women need and must have affirmation of their equality. To understand this, we would talk about Section 15 of Hindu Succession Act 1956. The property of female Hindu instead, it dying shall devolve according to the laws. Here it means when the woman die without writing will to her property transfers to her son, daughter, husband or children of son or predeceased daughter or son. Then the property transfers to the heirs of husband, then property transfers to heirs of father and mother, and then property transfers to the heirs of father, and lastly property transfers to the heirs of mother. The second subsection of the section 15 talks about how the property is when inherited by the family of the woman, like father, the property transfers to the children, that is son or daughter, or the children of predeceased son or daughter, and then property transfers to the heirs of the father. Then property, if it's inherited by husband or father-in-law, the property first transfers to the daughter, son, or daughter or son of predeceased daughter or son. Then lastly, the property transfers to the heirs of husband. After reading about section 15, let's try to understand why and when section 15 became a hurdle to the justice. If we talk about case of 2009, which was Om Prakash and others versus Radha Charan and others, in this case, Narayani Devi married to Deen Dayal, and Deen Dayal died within the 3 months of the marriage. After Narayani Devi was driven out of the house, marital house, and sent to her parental house where she lived her life and maintained a living and earned a living. After she died, she left behind quite full of property or estate which had no will, to which the family, husband's family and the family of mother claimed for the certificate of succession. But the claim of mother was never had a justice, because when Supreme Court took decision and under the scope of section 15 held against the mother. The claim of mother, however, in the case of Narayani Devi was not based on sentiments or on sympathy, but was mere logic, principle, justice, equity and fairness. But then also the section 15 became a hurdle to justice. Further, if we want to look how section 15 become a discrimination for women, we can compare the section 8 and section 15 to look forward. If we look into section 8 of the Hindu Succession Act, section 8 governs the devolution of male in state property, the priority of succession by classes. When a man die without writing a will, then the property transfers to the class 1, that includes mother, daughter, son, wife and predeceased son, daughter of predeceased son of daughter. And after not having a class 1, then the property transfers to class 2. That includes father, brother, sister, grandchildren, or the children of cousins or the spouses of the cousins. If we look towards section 15 of Hindu Succession Act of the property belonging to female, in case of no child and widow, the place of parents come at the last. Husband's heirs, like his biological relatives, their spouses, their children, had a greater precedence than the woman's parents and siblings under the Act of Devolution of Property Belongings to the Woman, which is not in the case of male. Devolution of property under Section 8, which it does not include woman's relative. For any property belongs to male, his wife natal family never comes in line to inherit it. This is why this lack of reciprocity brings in a prima facie unfair.